Welcome back. As graduation season begins, it's a time of celebration and anticipation for many students and their families. Our next guest is a first generation college attendee from Morris Heights in the Bronx who will be heading to Williams College this fall on a full scholarship with an impressive 4.2 GPA. Joining us now is the Fordham Preparatory School class of 2024 student Alfonso Pimentel. Alfonso, thank you so much for joining us and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much and thanks for having me.
Now, can you share with us what it means to be a first generation college student heading to Williams College on a full scholarship, which is pretty amazing?
Yeah, it means a lot to me because I just want to be able to, I guess you could say like make it in life, and I feel like this is the first step that I need to in order for that goal that I have.
Now, what were the steps that you took to maintain an impressive 4.2 GPA while being active in track and field?
It's really just finding a balance. It took me a while. I know my freshman year was a little bit rough, but after that, sophomore year when I was able to like find that I guess middle ground, it was pretty easy, and everything else came with uh, like the balance that I needed.
Now, what inspired you to pursue a dual degree in mechanical engineering and physics?
Um, I would have to say like my passion that I have for the sciences. I really, I thought about doing something in mechanical engineering after sophomore year because I really liked chemistry. But after junior year, I realized that physics was more my I was more suited for physics, and I was looking at my options. So mechanical engineering was on the list, and I thought that it'd be great to do something in that.
Now, as I mentioned, you're a first generation college student. Can you tell us about your mother's journey to the US and how she has influenced your educational pursuits?
Yeah, she came to the U.S. in 2002 and is the hardest worker that I know. Sacrificed so much for me to be in this seat, in this position, with the scholarship that I have. So it's everything that she's done for me, I do it for her. And I'm just trying to reciprocate all that sacrifice that she's done.
Now, can you just explain, what were some of the biggest challenges for you and your family, and how did you overcome them?
I would have to say one of my biggest challenges is I really didn't want to do track after freshman year. I quit, and as a matter of fact, wanted to really do football, but that didn't work out, and I thought about joining track again, and that's what I ended up doing. I had an injury in my sophomore year where I tore my hamstring, but I was faced with a decision if I wanted to continue doing track or, just not and stick to academics. But I wanted to continue doing track because I fell in love with the sport. So recovery process took a little, it was a while. I was out basically the entire sophomore year, but I came back junior year strong, and yeah.
Now, I'm curious to know, how has being a part of a sport, while you were in school kind of help you stay on track and kind of, give you that sense of, I guess, security or like that push, because, you know, doing studies in schools while also doing a sport can't be the easiest. I know there's a lot of time management with that. So can you just talk about, your experience with that journey?
Yeah, well, I know with track, um, it's like I wanted to do my best that I could do in both areas, right? And I would say academic side, I want to keep my grades up. I have to make sure I study, have to make sure I do my homework so I could maintain that A that I want. And then in track, I have to make sure I'm training. I have to make sure I'm in the weight room at practice, and because if not, then I'll start falling behind. And if I don't push myself to try to go to, let's say, practice or you know um, choose to do homework and not procrastinate, then I'm gonna start falling off, and that's what I wanted to avoid during my high school experience. And
Now, how has the Jimmy Lee Scholars Fund and Inner City Scholarship Fund help you in your academic journey?
yeah, I would say that was one of my biggest pushes to maintain my grades because that's one of the requirements for the scholarship. I was very fortunate to um, obtain that scholarship heading into my heading into high school. So I'm very thankful for that, and um, one of the requirements is to maintain a good GPA, and I wanted to make sure I would do that.
Now, what would you say to other students who are considering applying for scholarships but maybe feel a little hesitant to do so?
Yeah, I have to say you really should apply to the scholarship even if you don't want to, because you don't know if you'd get it. I know, like, for Williams, I never heard of the school until last year when their coach reached out, and I wasn't interested in attending. But after talking with their coach and realizing that the school is like could provide me something that I would need to reach my goal, I was set, and I was sold. I wanted to go to and attend.
Now, I know this may be a pretty lengthy question for somebody your age, but what are your long term career goals and how do you plan to achieve them? I know that's kind of in the future, but right now, what would you say your career goals are?
I would have to say, I really, so obviously finish college, have great another 4 years of track, go into try to get my master's, and then join the workforce after that. Maybe get a PhD.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I love to hear it. Now, what advice would you give to other high school students who are facing similar challenges? Maybe no one in their family has gone to college, maybe they come from a certain background, but they dream of attending college. What would you tell them?
I would tell them, that they should focus on their academics, um, and just focus on school, because education would get you a lot like farther than what you would think, and I value that now, just because of what I've been able to do. So I would have to say just stick to what you got.
And also, I'm sure there are a lot of people probably watching. And, if there are young people watching, can you talk about the importance of kind of still maintaining, having fun as a kid, but also prioritizing schoolwork? Can you talk about,
Yeah.
what that was like for you?
I would. It's just that balance that I found, and once you find that balance yourself, you just find like everything that you would want to do, it'll like come. I would obviously I would have practice and then schoolwork, but I would still have time to like hop on and play some games or like go out and with some friends after like a track meet and not worry. And then but you also have to like hold yourself accountable and make sure if you do go out, do your homework once you come back home or something like that. Or if you have a practice, make sure you do your homework or study, you know.
Okay,
So
that's amazing, and it proves that it can be done. And I'm so glad to hear about the amazing work that you've done and what you're going to do in the future. So I want to thank you so much for joining us, and once again, congratulations on this achievement.
yeah, thank you so much.
For more information, you can visit the website at innercityscholarshipfund.org. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more open right after this.